everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. This time, in this episode, we're in the center of Warsaw, and we're talking about Poland as the 2023 top European city destination. Wow, amazing. To some people surprising, but not to us who know Warsaw well. It is a time that people realized how amazing this city really is. For a holiday, it's inexpensive relative to other European capitals. It has an equal amount of fine restaurants, all kinds from street food to the Michelin guide restaurants. It has great hotels, from hostels all the way to the most expensive hotels you could imagine, Noble and Raffles and things like that. So Warsaw has it all when it comes to those kind of creature comforts. Now, the other thing is it also is a great place for museums. There's a guy, you didn't see this, but there was a guy bringing a huge thing of trash right behind the camera. He was trying very hard not to get in our way. So there we are. And behind me you will see my nemesis, the Palace of Culture, i.e. the phallus of culture, i.e. the fallacy of culture. A gift from Stalin to the Polish people. He said to the Polish government in the early 50s, he said, you can have either a metro system or the Palace of Culture and Science, but you can only have the Palace of Culture and Science. In other words, there was no choice in that choice, which was typical Stalin behavior. If he'd done anything else, we would be probably unhappy. Then, as you come around to 1989, in the spring, right around the time of Solidarity, this building opened. The Marriott Hotel, the rival to the Palace of Culture. So you have Stalin's truncated Empire State Building, which one time some advertising company for a big party there put an inflatable King Kong on the side of the Palace of Culture. Then you had the Marriott built in '89, both of them about 40 stories to the viewing towers. The 40th story of the Marriott, you have a brilliant bar where you get a view of Warsaw. I recommend it highly in the evening or during the day. Particularly in the evenings, nice to have a glass of wine or whatever you prefer, beverage of your choice, and sit and chat with friends while you look out over the city. Then we also have the viewing platform, Palace of Culture. It's about equally 40 stories up. Of course, the palace is taller because of its spire. Then you see over here, in between this building with the tall spire, that is now the tallest building in Europe. Yes, more tallness. It's nothing like the skyline of New York, more like the skyline of Atlanta 30 years ago. As we can see, we see other buildings over here. And then there's the Warsaw Spire behind this. But this here building I was talking about, this one yonder in the middle, is the tallest building in Europe outside of Moscow. Outside of Moscow. If you go to Moscow, they'll have not only a few taller buildings than that one, they also have a bunch of palaces of culture. I can't remember how many, but it's on the order of maybe half a dozen, 5 or 6 anyway. No, you're holding up your fingers. 3? Is it 3? Vova's saying they have 3. Every now and then he needs to correct me. He's reading from his prepared notes. That's very good. Now, thank you, Vova. At any rate, let's have another view of what's going on from a different angle. Enjoy the trailer. Be right back. So here you are in the center, the nerve center of Warsaw. That's right. Oh, big shopping area over here. Might as well show you that while we're here. This is the main shopping area, main shopping street in Warsaw. It used to be, in communist times, that was all shops with beautiful things like red velour for those curtains or those dresses you need for parties, and plastic shoes and or shoes with false leather and rubber soles. Just great stuff you could buy there. This sort of diaphanous polyester shirts and things like that. As you see the citizens of Warsaw going about their business on a mid-afternoon at the beginning of March. In fact. Okay, right, enjoy the trailer this time. See you in a minute. As you can see, the skyline is from a different angle here, and it's quite lovely in the afternoon light, isn't it? Yeah. You can see more of the height of this building, the tallest building in Europe, and then the sort of shapes of these others behind. From the Golden Towers there to this apartment and office building, new one, to the Intercontinental Hotel, which is just behind the Palace of Culture, and over to this tall building, which was built actually right next to the synagogue, the great synagogue of Warsaw. So, as you can see, there's a lot going on just there, and a whole another complex of buildings that you can't see. It's just beyond those buildings, and every bit as impressive. So, Warsaw, none of that existed except the Palace of Culture and the Marriott, I think in, say, 1990. Palace of Culture, the Marriott, another building over here, which is not important for right now. And all the rest of these buildings are new. And the last, I suppose, 10 to 12 years, something like that. So they haven't been there very long. And much more construction on the way. So it's a dynamic, a growing city. I compared Warsaw to Atlanta, Georgia some time ago in an article I wrote for a magazine in Poland. And I was stressing the emphasis on real estate and on investment in building and construction. And that is always part of what goes on in Atlanta, and so there's maybe Charlotte to some extent. So it's like there's an atmosphere for business, rather like those cities were, as I remember as a younger fellow. So there you are. Warsaw, the 2020 destination, a top destination in Europe. Pretty amazing. Anyway, that's all we have for you on this edition from beautiful downtown Warsaw on a lovely early March day. Oh, by the way, in case you're forgetting, you need to go to Poland Daily live and subscribe if you want to have all the news, history, and travel and all the rest of it. Or you can simply look up Poland Daily Travel on the search on YouTube and find Poland Daily Travel programs. Otherwise, Poland Daily Live. And you should also try my website, Will Richardson. There's a Will Richardson, which also features Poland Daily Travel episodes, other episodes about Poland and downloads, and of course my talk show, There's a Will. Thanks for watching.